Bev and the group. Hi. It is so lovely to put a name to a face. Not your name, but my name. I know who you people are because Bev, for years now, has refused to change her email address, and I keep getting her emails, such as her telephone bill, which had her information, and I tried helping to make sure she didn't get scammed or anything like that, and that the company was made aware that it was coming to my email address in France. J'habite dans la France, pas Canada or the United States. No, but I'm in France. Hi. It's currently, 11:37 p.m. I've had to deal with escalating type stuff of other book clubs, church groups. What else was there? Medical issues. I hope her daughter was okay, but I mean, after this point in time, I guess so, because I really, genuinely, no matter how sarcastic or passive aggressive I might sound, genuinely, I hope the baby shower went well. And I wish all the best for the baby. But now that we're here, I'd like to have a little TED Talk. I have tried for years now, and I have even stated that it terrifies me that I'm getting her emails sent to my email address. And the reason that it terrifies me, and I have stated this before, is because of the fact that I am living in abject terror and trying to escape France legally, as France is trying to kill us. And that my son has been suicidal and all those kinds of things. And it has now escalated to the point where tonight I was in a good mood, but I am still recovering from very serious brain attack from trying to get groceries on Friday last week. And how the high heat, Death Valley temperatures, made it very difficult for me, as you can see in the other videos. And it rose my BP all the way up to 153. And on Sunday, I had an aphasia attack that was so severe that it not only went into the French side of my brain, but into my natural English side. And I recorded that. I made that public. And today's Wednesday, well, almost Thursday morning, technically. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get food because I can't walk to get groceries anymore, and I don't have any transportation anymore. And so tomorrow morning I will be out of food for the animals. I've got a number of cats because I'm an involuntary crazy cat lady. Again, involuntary. It was hoisted upon me, and I have not been able to, over the years, be able to sterilize them, take them to the veterinarian for whatever needs they have, like the time that one of them needed to be euthanized because it had been disemboweled. And that really, really messed up my brain on account of the fact that I did a job as an animal care technician and was trained on how to euthanize animals. And if I had the proper tools, I could have done it humanely. But I didn't, and that hurt. And subsequently after that, I've had more and more deaths that I've had to deal with, whether it's the cats that have been born in this area or random ones coming up, looking for a safe zone to either get help or die comfortably. So it's been lots of that. That's been pretty traumatizing. I can't give them away, and and I'm getting more and more things put on my shoulders, but no help whatsoever. And it is now to a point where this weekend I will run out of food for the humans, me and my 16-year-old son. And we are already suffering malnutrition for the needs of my autoimmune disorders and my stroke damage and the ongoing chronic, escalating psychological, financial, emotional trauma by my ex-husband, the courts, the social services. Did I mention the courts? So a whole bunch of different groups in France. And I have asked that Bev change her email address. If she's honestly that creative to have that creative of an email address stating that she's creative. that she change it to something that actually fits her level of creativity, because I've had it for years. And if she is not willing to do that, then can she please step up with the church groups, with the book groups, with all the other groups and community that she has available who are constantly reaching out to her for events. If all of you can help me gain our freedom, the law of tort, to gain compensation for the damages that have been done for 15 years of abuse, not just by my ex-husband, but by the entire region that I am in. Government officials, agencies that are designed to help women and children, totally ignoring me, so much xenophobia. I mean, you can look through my other videos. They're not as direct and focused as this one will be, because I'm angry and I'm hurting and I am in terror because I've been triggered. This right here, this is a trauma response. And I'm trying really hard to keep it friendly, and I'm trying really hard not to have another aneurysm or a stroke or whatever. Yeah. So what I'm dealing with is, that's my primary email account that I use when trying to contact people for help. Okay? That is my primary email account that I use for trying to contact the lawyers. Mine, my son's, who is mentally unstable because of all the trauma and endangerment that his father put him through, and that the school put him through. His one French teacher deciding, when it was publicly known by every single adult in the school, that she was going to pick on him and make it worse. Great human example, isn't she? And yeah. And then there's the courts making it worse, because first it was my ex-husband's lawyer who decided to pick on him as if he was, instead of being at the time a 14-year-old, almost 15-year-old child who had suicidal ideation since he was 12, decided to attack him as if he was some kind of 35-year-old adult who had multiple crimes under his belt and was being accused of more. Lovely, isn't it? And then subsequently thereafter, every court appearance escalated with the lack of neutrality and the abuse from the judges, to the point where my son was so terrified that at the Court of Appeals, the interpreter didn't do her job. And so my turn got skipped because she wanted to say whatever she wanted to say versus what I was trying to say. Interpreter means to, translate and get a level interpretation that is equal to, not going off in another direction. But that's what she did. And I'm like, no. So my turn got skipped, and then my ex-husband starts spewing off all kinds of stuff that neither me or my son agree with. We raise our hand, quiet protest, just looking for acknowledgement. Judge completely ignores me and goes and verbally attacks my son, sending a kid who is already into a panic attack, who's terrified of being there, who does not feel safe, to the point of just like shutting down and going and just like, on the edge, very much on the edge. And the interpreter, who did not pay attention to anything we said, decided to be the little old lady grandma. Oh, I'm a French lady. Oh, I can do this. I can be maternal. Rush over to his side, cuddle up right into him, and trigger him more, to the point where, had I not followed immediately, had I been 10 seconds late, he would have throat punched her. And she would have probably died, which could have potentially escalated more and hurting more. And then more cases like that have been happening because more people keep triggering on purpose and making our situation worse, to the point where I have no help, even though I am legally under the help of a curatelle. I am legally under the help of all kinds of other social services, and nobody takes me seriously. So I'm trying to recover from the brain damage. I have more ability to speak than I did earlier today when I made the last video. And I'm not mouth breathing as much, panting, that kind of breathing when your blood is too hot and your body automatically starts to pant to cool down. I'm not doing that anymore. So that's good. My BP, 112, but I'm pissed off, so that makes sense. Traumatized more than angry. Frustrated Because if this is my main email account where I can potentially get help from, and I'm receiving her emails, what's to say that she's not accidentally getting mine? What's to say that the help that could be coming to me isn't going to her and she's just spam foldering it and deleting it? I don't know. But we need help. Where's the help? So, I have tried repeatedly asking, complaining, outright embarrassing by, replying to everyone that the email was sent to, stating that she is not doing this. I have called her because I had her number, talked directly to her. Nothing. This is the second time this year. This has been going on for years. So, Bev, you're not a muse. You're not that creative. If I'm having to go online and I'm constantly having to come up with more and more creative ways to save myself, to save my son, to protect our abuser, any of them, from potentially triggering my son to go off and cause base minimum murder-suicide, if not mass homicide, if he is pushed too hard and I am deteriorating. I can't go get groceries anymore. 7 kilometers is too far to walk. I don't want to die here. And we have no help. So, please, bare minimum, change your email address because it triggers me. I was okay. I was calm. And now I'm going to have to recover from this. Don't you work in HR? Don't you know how damaging people can be? So, bare minimum, change your email address. But since this is addressed to Beverly, and her book club, since book clubs, you have this habit of getting together, having a baseline topic, the book, and then, being able to discuss the different aspects of the story and figure out, oh, what's this? And how do you think about that? Talking points, stuff like that. I don't know, maybe you could help me instead of talking about a book, because what I'm going through, how strong I have to be for years, is what they base characters off of in books and movies. The things I have survived, the things I have had to work through as an individual, as well as all the other abuse that's going on continuously for years, over a decade, with stroke damage and no help. I'm a good talking point. Hell, maybe you guys could help me write a book explaining my story. But I need help. I don't need more abuse. And I know how innocent to you who are not traumatized, who are not struggling to stay alive, who are not struggling to keep your child alive, to keep his sanity and his humanity in check as everyone is trying to tear it down. I understand that. I do. I get it. And I'm grateful that you don't have to experience that. But if you could just bare minimum get Beverly to change her email address, because I was okay. And then I checked my email hoping that maybe someone that I contacted in another time zone had, written back, maybe. And I get this instead. And it just hits right in the cptsd. And I can't do it anymore. So either get her to change her email address and leave me alone, because this is harassment at this point, because of how much damage is already being done to me, and it triggers me, and it's just one more thing pushing and pushing and pushing, and I can't take it anymore. Or step up and help me. I need community. You already have one. And now you know I exist. Now you can't ignore me. So you know, I mean, just bare minimum, get her to change her email address because I don't deserve this. And it's not fake and it's not whatever. It's real. And I just can't take any more abuse anymore. So yeah, either go away and leave me alone or help me. Because I just can't anymore. I just can't. I can't ignore it. Because it's just like, no, not again, not again, not again, not again. Would you want this happening to your kids? My situation, let alone just having the fear that your important information is going to somebody else when you need it. And asking them, begging them, bitching at them for years to stop. So yeah, the call is yours. But I need help. And I want the harassment to stop, bare minimum. And obviously sending it, spamming all of the people that are included in the email isn't enough to stop it. Blocking it isn't enough to stop it because someone else doesn't know it gets blocked, and so there's another one that comes in. And I don't know what else to do because I can't think properly because all of my energy is focused on just staying alive, keeping my son alive. And my energy is for tomorrow, finding out a way to make sure I can get food for the cats, and then making sure I can get food for the animal, or for me and my son. And I don't have the energy to waste on you people, and how it triggers me. So obviously, since constantly spamming back to the group that is included, or replying no, sorry, not showing up to the baby shower on the guest invitation isn't enough. Calling her on the phone isn't enough. For years, this is going on. So I'm making this public. Maybe this time it'll stop. Or maybe this time I'll get help. So yeah. Sorry it's come to this, but I just can't take it anymore. I can't take the abuse. I won't tolerate it anymore. So yeah. Thanks for listening.